This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately.
Hey, look at that! It's Stacy, everybody, look at it, Stacy, yay!
Oh yeah, hey, there she is. All right. What's going on? I don't know, I don't see the chat bot working, but hey, it's supposed to be on. Oh, maybe it'll start working now. I don't know, let's see. Well, how's it going, everybody? I see Stacy Galloway in there. Look at all the hearts in there. Unfortunately, I'll just sit here and watch. I'll be back in 20 minutes. Because after that, it's going to be, look at that, we've got only, every single person in here is a channel member or a mod. That's pretty funny, like, other than a couple. Yeah. Yeah. So we're on good pace for the end of the month, everybody, for the you know, the support of my channel and the donations at the end of the month. Okay, so what we do is on this channel, for those of you who are new, we donate a ton of money at the end of each month to charity, and so far this year we've donated $15,500. So when you send in super chats or become a channel member, a portion of that goes to charity. So far we've donated to the Innocence Project $900. They're committed to freeing wrongly convicted people, and as we know, that's a pretty big deal at this point. All those people that have been on death row, that the DNA actually exonerated them. You kind of wonder how many people have been executed before DNA. All right, then we've also donated $5,000 to Texas EquiSearch. And we know, everybody knows Texas EquiSearch. My God, I mean, they go around every time there's a missing person. They're driving, you know, they show up there with all their experts, and they help track down, you know, either a body or they find missing persons. We've also donated $2,100 to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I think the name is self-explanatory there. You know, probably a lot of you have kids out there. It's a good, worthy cause to be donating to. And then we also donate to the, or have donated $2,300 this year and a bunch last year to the DNA Doe Project. And they actually, using genetic genealogy, identify Jane and John Does, or attempt to anyways. And we actually funded an entire investigation, but that one's on hold at this point. And then we also donated $500 to the Wounded Blue Fund after those two cops were shot in California recently. And then RAIN, R-A-I-N-N, $1,000 there for
Get it out of the way. Bail denied, Purple Heart.
Oh wow, I'm way behind now, Lee D. RAIN is for it fights against violence against women. Okay, so that's a really important one. And what's the other one? Not sure. I think there was one more. Oh yeah, the firstresponders.org we gave $1,000 to. That was the beginning of the COVID crisis there. Thank you, Zozo. Twice. All right.
Amazing Gray. Let's keep it up, beautiful freaks.
Awesome. Oh. Okay, so we got a couple of missing persons here. I don't know why the chat's not playing there, but it should on the screen. It's weird because I can actually see it over here. Let me try something.
I'll try to catch the end after class. Love you, freaks.
What are you in class for? Yeah. Yeah, she came at the end last night. It's kind of cool because after the shows, what we've been doing lately is I kind of keep the show running for, I don't know, 10 minutes on the streaming side. And then if you don't end the stream on the YouTube side, people can chat for a long time. So if you stay around, you can hang out and chat with people, and it's kind of fun, actually. You know, a lot of craziness in there. So you can do that at the end. Thanks, Michelle Nicholas and Kubi. Oh wow, Meredith McKenzie, thank you. Yeah, we're definitely going to be giving some money this month to Rain. There's no doubt about it. That's a good one. Rain also does the funding. They help fund the backlog of rape kits that are out there. I think that should be almost the #1 goal of, like, I don't know, well, maybe not the #1 goal, but it should be a huge priority for anybody in, like, hell, the president, for example. Why not just give $1 billion?
Good evening, Grey and wonderful freaks. Hammer, hammer, hammer. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Growing heart, throwing kisses.
Boom! Whoa! Oh, Jesus, it freaked me out. See, look at that. Whoa! That got me again. See?
RAINN. Thank you for supporting this.
RAINN. Do you hear the way it said that? Okay, yeah, but don't you think, like, we have all this money that, I mean, look how easy 1.9 trillion. I mean, that's, you know what that is? A trillion is 1,000 billions. So that means they're allocating 1,800 billions to, for this COVID release. Why not make $1 billion of it, though? Just, some tiny fraction of that to go to the backlog of rape kit testing. Do you know how many people that would be just absolutely taken off the streets and not raping and killing other people at this point? I mean, it'd just be unbelievable. I think that should be a huge priority. I'd start with the oldest ones first. Well, I'd have like 2 units, a cold case one and then one that's currently you're just quickly actively getting people off the streets. And then have a prison where they all get to hang out in. Just them. The rapists.
So wish I could do more.
Actually,
sorry.
Put them in there with, the rapists go in with half are, weightlifter, bodybuilder types. And then the other half are the rapists. See how long how well that works. And then just kind of turn off the surveillance cameras in the prisons for a while. Yeah. See what happens. Okay, well, thank you. Oh, and thank you. Is it live? Yep, it is. No, it's cool. Hey, I appreciate any amount. You know, it's all the same percentage. Even if you send in $1, the same percentage of it goes in. And thank you very much again, Meredith McKenzie. That was very generous of you. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get started now. I think we're going to start with the case on Tiffany Booth. I'm going to go back a few days here. And for those of you who have information currently, just trying to let me get through this, all right? Let me try my automatic button now. Oh, look at how awesome that is. Have you seen these, Stacy? It's pretty cool. I did it in 3D Studio Max. I think it worked pretty good. All right, so it's this woman right here and her boyfriend, apparently. A silver Honda CRV registered to missing person and Las Vegas resident Tiffany Booth was located in Ely last week. This is Elynews. I put the links in the description. On Thursday, October 8th, 248 miles north of Las Vegas. And so her vehicle was found. Let's see. And her boyfriend, Eduardo Clemente, who have been reported missing for 2 weeks now. So they've both been missing for 2 weeks at this time. Their car was found. So this is from the 14th, so that means right around the beginning of the month is when they went missing. Then her vehicle was found a week later, 248 miles north of Las Vegas. The car was abandoned with the license plates removed. The family is now pleading. See, that's pretty interesting. I mean, you take out the license plates, that means you're trying to buy time for somebody not getting it right back to whoever put that car there. I mean, immediately you sort of look at a case like this and you see a missing. Are they both missing, is what you might ask. Did one of them just take off after something else happened? No, I'm glad you like it, Stacy. Let's see. So Judy Booth, Tiffany's mother, spoke with Ely Times during a telephone interview earlier today. Judy explained that she filed a missing persons report on Monday, October 5th, 2020 with Las Vegas Metro Police Department's Missing Persons Unit, and she hadn't heard from her daughter since October 2nd, 2020. So that's, okay, it's October 2nd, not the 1st. Okay. Tiffany and her mother spoke practically every day, so it would be really unusual for her not to be communicating all this time now. Tiffany moved from San Antonio, Texas, approximately a year ago to live with her mother, Judy, who has multiple sclerosis. Okay, so this is quite a ways away from any kind, Mexico or the coast at this point. You're in, Las Vegas, Nevada. They worked together for a company called TELUS International in Las Vegas. Tiffany let Eduardo move into her mother's condo with her in May of this year, and shortly after a few months they began dating. Well, why would you let some random guy live in there that you're not dating in the first place? We knew they were dating when they finally told us. Okay, so they were probably dating. We weren't surprised, Judy said. Okay. But Judy seemed to like Eduardo and described him as a nice man, very smart. He is like a genius, Judy noted. And maybe that's at play here right now. But details of Eduardo's side of the family seem vague. Eduardo would tell us he was not close with the family at all. The last time Judy physically spoke to... I haven't read any of this, by the way. I'm just reading it for the first time like you guys. Last night, Judy physically spoke to Tiffany and Eduardo was when they went to... Let's see. Okay, but Judy seemed to like Eduardo and described him as a nice man, very smart. He's like a genius. But details of Eduardo's side of the family seem vague. Eduardo would tell us he was not close with his family at all. The last time Judy physically spoke to Tiffany and Eduardo was when they went over to Judy's boyfriend's house on September 27th, 2020. That's the last time I seen them physically, and I spoke to them. So that was before October, the 27th of September. Judy explained that they had webcam facing the carport where Tiffany would park her car. Judy said she would view the webcam from her cell phone. Like you can do that with Ring doorbell. A few different companies do the same thing. Tiffany would park her car. Judy said she could view the webcam from her or cell phone, and when she happened to look at it on October 1st, she noticed Tiffany's car had been gone all day. When she went to go back to view the following days, she noticed that the footage for September 29th and 30th had been deleted. Okay, see, that makes it way more suspicious now towards the boyfriend, Eduardo. Okay, I'm just saying, you know. See, first of all, it's really kind of rare when a couple get murdered. It does happen. I'm just saying it's not very common. So at this point, somebody had access to the inside of the house, and then they deleted surveillance footage and knew how to kind of get on the computer and do all that stuff, you know, or get somebody's phone and do it. I mean, it's not like it's just a simple thing. And then they were just mentioning how, hell, he's a genius, you know. I don't know. I'm just saying this is I don't know if he had anything to do with it. I just think that at this point now you're sort of, okay, that's interesting. Judy explained that they had a webcam facing the carpet. Okay, I think they did that so I wouldn't be able to see when they left, but I don't know why they would do that. Right, well, that's just because one of them didn't want you to see. Judy said she was just as puzzled as everyone else of Tiffany's disappearance. When Judy text messaged Tiffany on October 1st or 2nd, Tiffany had told her mother... Well, what's interesting, though, is... Oh, whoa, okay. So now we got one of these crazy situations here. On September 29th and 30th, that footage was deleted. And then the communication that her mother was referring to was actually text messages. When Judy text messaged Tiffany on October 1st and 2nd, Tiffany had told her mother that they had decided to take a day trip to Boulder City and that she was feeling good and they would be back the next day. Well, I'd like to look at those text messages now. Hey, thank you, Julie W. I'd like to take a look at those text messages now, and maybe the mother can look at them again and after the fact and say, do those really seem like text messages?
Grateful for Guy.
For Guy. Hey, I'm Guy now. That's amazing. Yeah. So are those text messages consistent with the way that she would normally write? That's what I would look at. Because now there really isn't... Did she say up here? Let's just go up here again. What did she say up here? Tiffany's mother spoke with Ely Times Thursday to explain that she filed a missing persons report. Okay. Judy said she could view the webcam. Where was the part where she said... What date was that when she said she last spoke with her? Monday. Tiffany moved from San Antonio. Worked together. Judy said she could view the web camera. And when she happened to look at it on October 1st, she noticed Tiffany's car had been gone. Okay, there you go. That's the wording I was looking for, is she didn't hear anything. It says, that's just the way we write, though. Tiffany and her mother spoke practically every day, but right here it said, October 5th, after she hadn't heard from her daughter since October 2nd, 2020. Okay, now it turns out down here, when Judy text messaged Tiffany on October 1st and 2nd, Tiffany told her, so that wasn't a phone call. So now, that's why I'm saying, I think that text message back, I have a feeling that, you know, maybe Tiffany isn't the one who wrote those text messages. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, I mean, you could just... He gets text messages from her all the time, so he probably knows how she writes. All right, so we're down there, and then when Judy text messaged Tiffany on October 1st and October 2nd, Tiffany had told her mother that they decided to take a day trip to Boulder City, and that she was feeling good and that they would be back the next day. Really? I mean, but why did she type in that she's feeling good? That was the last time Judy has been able to contact Tiffany. Judy has made several attempts to contact Tiffany and Eduardo via their cell phones and Facebook without any success. Their phones go right to voicemail. Tiffany told her mother that she had left the cat enough food and water, and they were just on a day trip. So, okay. Well, but they all lived with their mother, though. So it's like, I mean, right away, why did you even need to say that? I mean, Judy, Tiffany, and Eduardo all lived in the same place, right? Judy's boyfriend went over to the condo, so Judy is the mother of Tiffany. Hold on a second. All right, that was my wife heading home here. All right, so Judy's boyfriend, let's see, where's that part? Judy's boyfriend went over to the condo to check on the cat on October 5th and noticed that none of Tiffany's bathroom toiletries... Okay, well, why would he have to go over there? Doesn't Judy live with them? I thought up here it said that they moved into the... they were all living in the same condo. Right here. Tiffany moved from San Antonio a year ago to live with her mother, Judy, who has multiple sclerosis. Tiffany reportedly knew Eduardo, right? And then he moved in. And then over here, the boyfriend went over to the condo. So maybe she was with him or something. And noticed that none of Tiffany's bathroom toiletries, such as deodorant, toothbrush, or any other such items were gone. See? Okay. See, right now, I'd already thought of this suspicion-wise, is I think that if something happened to her, which it might be, apparently there's a body that's been found. I'll bring that up later. But if something happened to her, it was on the 29th and 30th. And that's why that camera was turned off, to hide a body being put into a vehicle and then driven away. Don't you think? Yeah. Well, thanks, Stacy. Yeah, I mean, the thing is before I even knew anything on here, as soon as I see the story, I just go, oh man, I wonder if... So, we don't know still if the boyfriend, is the one. However, her body, the camera was turned off at the house. And usually, that stuff would be hard to find. Like, where do I go? Where do you go onto the computer? Where do you go? But, if you live there and you're aware of how to check the footage and everything and how to delete it, then it's easy to do. And you just go delete all the footage from the day that you knew you were out there, and then maybe just select a range and get rid of all of it, because there might have been some, comings and goings. And then you take off, and who knows where that person is right now. I mean, they found one body apparently. So, anyways, let's keep going through this. So Tiffany told her mother that she'd left the cat enough food and water, and so that was probably in a text message, right? Okay, that's pretty interesting. So that would probably be something like, Oh, so that is a text message. You would probably do that to avoid having, somebody go over to the condo. But the mother lived at the condo, it sounded like. But maybe she's now living, maybe Judy, though, is now living with her boyfriend, but still owns the condo that her daughter and boyfriend live at. What do you think? So you're just trying to make it, okay, they have enough food. You don't need to check on anything. You don't need to go over to the house whatsoever, right? Okay, then Judy's boyfriend went over to the condo to check on the cat on October 5th and noticed that none of Tiffany's bathroom toiletries, such as deodorant, toothbrush, or any such items were gone, and no extra clothing was missing. So that means she did not plan to leave for a night or anything like that. That's totally bogus. That's something that maybe the genius didn't quite think of doing. October 8th, 2020, Tiffany's car was located in Ely, abandoned with the plates missing. Well, let's see. The last transaction reported on Booth's bank card was October 6, 2020 at McDonald's and Stinker's gas station. Well, come on. I mean, there has to be surveillance footage from that McDonald's to show who the hell bought whatever they bought. And the gas station. Oh, she stayed in the car each time. October 8, 2020, Tiffany's car was located in Ely, abandoned with the plates missing. So just like the surveillance footage was removed, the plates are missing. A search warrant was obtained for both Tiffany's car and condo last weekend. Las Vegas Metro are analyzing data collected. Flyers have been displayed all over town with the description of the two. Tiffany is described as 35 years of age, 5'4", weighing approximately 110 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. Eduardo is described as 38. He's a 38-year-old white male with brown hair, brown eyes, 6'2", and weighs approximately 385 pounds. Jesus. I mean, she's 110. She's only 8 inches shorter than he is, or 10 inches shorter. But he weighs 275 pounds more than her. You could put 3.5 of her inside of Eduardo, okay? Tiffany is described by her mother as very sociable and friendly person. She's a happy-go-lucky person willing to help anybody. Both are considered to possibly be in distress. Tiffany has asthma and anxiety. It is unclear where they could be traveling. Okay, this is on the 14th, right? And so there is Eduardo, and that's Tiffany right there. And if you have any information, call 702-828-2907. All right. Thanks, Zozo. Oh, and I'm scrolling up there. It looks like somebody else had that same idea. So there you go. We were on the same wavelength about the cat. And that was Lauren. There you go. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I just said, Lauren, a few minutes ago. That he probably took her out and he's gone. It's the only thing that really kind of just immediately makes any sense here. I mean, other than that, I mean, how would somebody else breaks in their house and knows how to delete, like, web camera footage? So she lives in Las Vegas. Let me check something out. So Judy Booth, Las Vegas, right? Pretty common name, unfortunately. And she's, how old would you think her mom? 54, does that sound right? Judy Booth, Tiffany's mother, spoke with Elynews during the telephone. And she's 35, so her mom could almost be 70, actually. 77, maybe? Oh, I guess a good way to do it is look at the relatives. So it'd be Tiffany on here. Hold on. Might take a second. Now there's the next page. Yeah. So there's just so many people with that name. That's from Beastie Boys. I'm on the run, the cop copped my gun. It's the cop copped. I think it's cop copped my gun, but I don't remember now. Let me see. Now I gotta go check that out. I know this is just totally random. That's what we do, though. Sometimes just randomly switch over to something. Hold on, where the hell is that? It does say cop got my gun here, but... So I'm on the run, the cop got my gun. Yeah, it's weird, because the one I heard, it doesn't say that at all. There's like an ED on it. But anyways, I guess that's what the lyrics say on Google there. So now I know. Actually, I do sing it that way when I'm reading, when I'm doing karaoke, so... Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad you guys don't mind every once in a while. All right, and this one's from the 17th right here. So that first article is from the 14th. Tiffany Booth and her boyfriend Eduardo Clemente have been missing from Las Vegas since October 8th, 2020. Her silver Honda CRV was found in Ely, abandoned with the license plates removed. See, all these things seem to be done to give him time. They're like things that, you know, it takes time, you know, although there's a VIN number on a car, VIN number, or VIN, yeah, vehicle ID number, on the car, and you could just look it up and get the registered owner. So it just saves time on a quick, you know, you have to get access to the vehicle to open the door to do that, so it takes hours to do stuff like that in general. Her silver Honda CRV was found in Ely, abandoned with the license plates removed on October 8th. When a search was done in the area of the car, torn clothing was found. No information at this time if it belonged to the missing couple. Tiffany and Eduardo both worked for TELUS International in Las Vegas. Judy Booth, Tiffany's mother, told the she, so that something's wrong there, told their newspaper that she hadn't heard from her daughter since October 2nd, 2020. That was a text message. Judy told Elynews that Tiffany texted her on October 1st and said that her and Eduardo were going on a day trip to Boulder City, and she had taken the following day off from work. Judy was diagnosed with asthma and anxiety you know why they said day trip? See, the day trip thing was so that they wouldn't go over to the house, the condo, for any reason, thinking that they would be coming back, okay? But she took the following day off. This is sort of like the Kelsey Barrett case, where these text messages came in that were from the killer, and it just kind of set up gave him some time. So you see how that works right there? So she, in the text message, it said, "Oh, I'm also taking the following day off. So don't bother coming by the house because I'll be there. We'll be there this afternoon, and that everything's great." Okay, Judy, and then you mentioned the thing about the cat food. Oh, and there's also cat food for a couple days too. You know, a day. So it's a little bit strange that that's mentioned now at the same time. Judy was diagnosed with asthma and anxiety per her mother, and she told her mom she was feeling good that day. Judy explained that Tiffany had a webcam facing the carport where Tiffany would park her car, and Judy decided to go look at the webcam from the phone on October 1st and saw that Tiffany's car had been gone all day. She looked at other footage and saw that on September 29th and 30th it had been deleted, that same footage. I think they did that so I wouldn't be able to see what they left. All right. On October 3rd, Tiffany's friend in San Antonio, Texas, noticed she was in Idaho. Per a group chat, they saw she was still in Idaho on October 4th. So that means Eduardo, maybe if it's a group chat, I don't know how that would say that. Do you guys understand that part? October 3rd, Tiffany's friends, like a location thing in the chat. Texas. So her friends in San Antonio noticed that she was in Idaho. Per a group chat, they saw she was still in Idaho on October 4th. So that seems to me that Eduardo, or whoever else possibly has her phone and had it turned on while it was in Idaho, and it updated a location that made it look like she was in Idaho. What do you think? I didn't realize in group chats it gave a location. Okay. Judy has not been able to reach Tiffany since then, and the phone goes straight to voicemail. So that's interesting. I don't know if there was a comment made in that chat on the 4th, like, "Hey, girls," or "gals," or whatever the hell she would say, or it just showed a location. And so basically that gave away Eduardo's position. You know, he could be all the way up into, Washington at this point. Or Oregon even. Right? Well, it doesn't give away my location in a group chat. I don't know what... I use my computer, though. I don't know. I don't know what that means when people say it gives your location. What does it say? I mean, I'm in group chats, and I don't think it says, "Oh." So he had her phone on, obviously, and he was all the way up in Idaho. Tiffany's debit card was used on October 6, 2020 at McDonald's and Stinker's gas station in Idaho. So there you go. Boom. Then he has her credit card and is using it. Or, again, whoever did it. So let's do... Okay. I'm going to make a quick folder in here. Now we got to map this sucker out. Okay, so let's just go to just random pin in Las Vegas. I'd like to have her address, but I couldn't find one right away, so we'll just put one. If anybody has her address, send me an email. The mother's, because that's where they were staying. Okay, Las Vegas. Then Ely. Ely looks like just a tiny little town here. And that's where her vehicle was found with some shredded clothing, but they don't know if that's hers. And then Idaho's up here. think you're right, Zozo. Some of these missing persons ones are pretty interesting. Not all of them, because some of them don't give you enough information. Or Bones, I was going to call her. Oh, shit. Judy has not been able to reach her. And then right down here. And Stinker's gas station in Idaho. Well, what town in Idaho, though? You know? Like, I'll see there's a whole bunch of them. Okay, and then how about McDonald's? There's going to be a hell of a lot of these. Okay. Can I change the... See, like, here's a Stinkers near a McDonald's. Right there. It'd be interesting to know if it was at the same time. And if it is, then you'd think it would be one that was right next to it where you could literally have your gas tank being filled up and then go to the McDonald's and then get going. So maybe something, I don't know if that's far away. Stinkers, McDonald's. But it could have just been they got gas, drove right to it. Let's check this one out. Yeah. See, those are just two Stinkers right there. Let's see. Man, got so many pins on here now. It's okay, there's Nevada, so it went boom. So I would think that they were on this road right here. Straight up into here, and then I don't know where he was going after that. Was he going to go? So that's the thing. Don't have that information. Tiffany's debit card was used on October 6, 2020 at a McDonald's and Stinker's gas station in Idaho. The exact cities have been have not been released by police at this time. I could have just read that next sentence, but I think it was good to try to see which ones it could have been. As well as if they have Tiffany or Eduardo on surveillance cameras at any stores. There you go, because we were wondering if when they went to the gas station and the... See, there you go. There's Zozo's humor right there, everybody. Oh, shit. Like she was at a gas station. When they went to the gas station, or the car went to the gas station, and when the car went to McDonald's, they obviously have who was in the car at both locations. Okay? And I think they'll find out that it was most likely going to be this guy right here. Right? When Tiffany and Eduardo's condo were checked, it was noted that Tiffany's bathroom essentials were gone, but no extra clothing. Tiffany's debit card was used October 6, 2020 at McDonald's and Stinkers, so we already know that. Tiffany is described as 35 years of age, 5'4", and then he's 6'2". Now they have him at 285. Man, that guy lost a lot of weight. He lost 100 pounds in 3 days, apparently. That makes more sense. 285, not the 300 and something, man. That just, he didn't look like that. But anyways, hold on 1 second. I gotta... Wife's coming home. All right, back. We had a, you know, it's crazy. We have one of these new thermostats. Thanks, Linda Howe, as in Linda Moldenhow of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circle fame. Yeah, we got an air conditioner and a heater put in for the first time. I've always had those portable ones that you push around and connect them to a window. So we got it all put in, but they gave us a thermostat. And then last night, you know, the sun was out. It's not that hot outside, but it heated up the house to like it was 76 degrees. So I wanted to turn the temperature down to 72 degrees. And I did it, and it wouldn't turn on. And it just wouldn't turn on. It was so frustrating. But you know what? You know what's crazy? You know what it turns out? It turns out. Yes, this is one I can tell nobody's even listening to what I'm saying.
Ghee is the best. Thank
yeah,
you
no, it
for
wasn't
all
the
you
heat.
do.
It wasn't the heat was on. It was the cold. I had it set to 72. It was 76. It just wouldn't turn on. But on the phone, talking to the guy today, the thermostat, because I couldn't see one comment that was related to what I was saying. So when I turned the thermostat on, it didn't work. And then when I called the company up, he said, oh yeah, well this one, what it does is it goes out and it checks the internet and sees what the temperature is outside. And then if it's below like 55 degrees, it'll work. And I'm like, what in the hell is this shit? Are you kidding me? Man. Yeah, we'll try to pay a little bit more attention. Yeah, it's just it's totally ludicrous. It's like you know, they put too much technology into things. Why would they have something like that? Oh, you can't use this because it's 55. So that's why it works in the morning now, I realize, because overnight it gets cold, and then if you wanted to use it, it works. And then here's what's weird is I was on the phone with the guy, and it must have been 56 degrees or 54 when I called him because I had the air conditioning on. I said, hey, it's not working. It's not working. And then it turned on. Then I looked, and then it was 55 degrees. It was like 11:30. It was pretty crazy. But, man, how ridiculous is that? Well, he was going to look into a way to disable it, but he never got back to me, of course. Yeah, it's like over technology stuff. Yeah. Well, I hope so. It's just really stupid. But they have the company had already they're using a different thermostat now, so maybe they'll just come and replace that. But man, how dumb is that? So it's so smart, everybody, that it's idiotic. A little bit maybe like this boyfriend here, huh? That is, if he's the person. Yeah. And you know what party loves that kind of technology? The overthinking shit. Hey, you're too dumb to save electricity, so we'll do it for you. It's the new smart, yeah, everybody's too dumb in society, so we're gonna do it for you. And believe it or not, those kind of things that go into products are politically put in there. It's not like they thought, wow, let's do something really cool. They're put in there for a reason. All right, so this one is on the 20th, this article right here. It's true. It's true, Rebecca. I know it's hard to accept it, but absolutely true. It's like put into the sort of green agenda things like, hey, you know, we'll give you, I don't even know, I can't even give you an example. It's ridiculous. You don't have any sound? I don't think my opinion is he's not missing. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police have confirmed an ongoing investigation of a missing Las Vegas couple, Tiffany Booth and Eduardo Clemente. You know, and again, back to what I was just saying, it's the regulations that they put on that stuff like this gets put into a product. Hey, I tell you what, put this in there so that people can't make their own decisions when they want to. I know, 76 freaking degrees, huh? Las Vegas Metropolitan Police have confirmed an ongoing investigation of a missing Las Vegas couple, Tiffany Booth and Eduardo Clemente, who were first reported missing on October 5th. According to the Ely Times, Booth's car was found abandoned with the license plates missing on October 8th, 3 days after Booth's mother, Judy, filed the missing persons report. Judy Booth had not heard from her daughter since October 2nd, when she said she was taking a trip to Boulder City. Let's see where Boulder City is, just to see if that even makes sense. Like, was this person planning? Oh, look at that. Yeah, forget it. You know, that's south of where, you know, southeast of where, you know, just a small little day trip outside of town here. Okay, so that's another head fake. Look this way, but I'm going to be way the hell up here. Put her car into Ely, and then I'm going to keep heading up this direction. And now here's the thing. If the surveillance footage wasn't removed, hey, thanks Chrissy and Zozo. If the surveillance footage wasn't removed, then you might think, well, something happened to them when they were over at in this town of Boulder City, right? Then you would think less likely. I say what I do on this channel is I try to come up with the likely scenarios, right? So the thing is had they literally looked like, and on surveillance, they both got into the car and they went over to Boulder City, then you could think that there was also a good possibility that something happened to maybe him in Boulder, and then, you know, I don't know exactly yet where a body was found. We don't even know if it was hers, but a body was found. You might then think that it's possible that something happened to them. But when you go all the way back to the house having its surveillance footage removed of the crucial days that would have shown her car there, and it never showed up again. So that means it was intentionally removed, this footage, to hide the fact of the car leaving. But more than that, I think it's what was loaded in that car.
Thumbs up, G.
I'd like to know what the forensic information is at the house. I would think that it's possible that that if she was strangled to death, you're not really going to find anything, and then her body wrapped in something, put into a trunk, surveillance footage removed, then she's driven north. Doesn't that sound like the most reasonable thing at this point? Instead of some crazy abduction moment where somebody goes into the house, who knows where Eduardo is, and I don't know where his car, maybe he didn't have a car though, you know, we don't know that, right? But he must have had something. It almost feels like there's two people involved though, doesn't it? Because as soon as her car is dumped, what car is he using to drive up north to buy, fill up a gas tank and buy something at McDonald's? So it's a different car at that point, right? Yeah. So he would. There has to be two vehicles at this point. That's my opinion. So you kind of wonder, like, was she loaded into the vehicle on the 29th, then driven away, her body dumped somewhere, the car dumped, then he was driven back to the house, and maybe he backed in and did some stuff, so he wanted to get rid of that footage too on the 30th. Then he takes off, and there's no footage at all of him being there. You get it? I don't know how he would have got back home, though. That's a long ways. So there has to be another person involved here. So Tiffany has asthma and anxiety, and Eduardo's cousin told me he has anxiety as well. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, let me. Yeah, he has it too. Yeah, don't forget he. I mean, what does that really even mean, everybody? If you said you had panic attacks, that would mean something. But if somebody says, well, he has anxiety, who the hell doesn't, right? See, anxiety is sort of this weird blanket statement. If you said you had panic attacks, then I would be, whoa, those things suck. Everybody's anxiety every once in a while, has anxiety every once in a while, right? There's good old Eduardo right there. Good old Eduardo. Okay, so then these are some things that were on Facebook today. Zozo found these here. It says, I've just learned that Tiffany Booth has been found, but they didn't, I don't know how accurate that is. There was another, well, let's get this one out first. See, this one here is another one. It said, a body has been found during the search for missing, I guess she was a member of a channel, or not a channel, like a social media group called True Crime Society. The body was found in Indiana Springs, Nevada. I mean, who isn't part of a true crime group anymore, you know? Police have not yet confirmed that Tiffany had been found, but family members are commenting on online posts thanking people for their condolences. So this sounds like one of those ones that the family knows it was hers. I have just learned that Tiffany Booth has been found. Her body was recovered in Indian Springs. Now let's go see where that is. I have a feeling that it's going to be prior to where her car was found. Let's just see that. I don't know.
I'm telling you all, it's sabotage.
Hey, listen, Streamlabs. Whenever you see an I and then an apostrophe and an M, it's not im, okay? It's I'm. I mean, didn't you write that into your code? Okay, so it is north. So this is where the car was found. It's north. It's not like exactly in between like you would think, though. So what they probably did was got ping information for his vehicle, I would imagine. Thanks, Mary Clark. So I've got Ely, Las Vegas. Oh yeah, and then we don't really know where in Idaho. So it's interesting. So he went driving this way. Her body was obviously dumped. Oh, well, here's what happened. Jesus. Now watch this. Watch this. This makes more sense. He used her car to dump her body. Then he drove her car back to the apartment, did whatever else he was going to be doing. Then on the 30th, he drove her vehicle up on his way out of Dodge to here, and then he had somebody else pick him up in Ely to then continue on saying, hey, I'll even be able to buy you stuff with this credit card. So then they're heading up in this direction. I think that kind of makes sense right there, that he used her car to dump her body, drove it back, then he took the northern freeway up here, 15. I think, yeah. Well, no, not 15. Excuse me. This what the hell was it? This road right here, 318 here. So from here on 318 to here, and then drove up into Idaho. See, right there is Idaho border. So probably still on. So I guess it would be 318, and then whatever highway that is, which is 6, goes through Ely, and then at this point stays on goes on 93 right here, up, and then now you're going to be heading up into Idaho right now. Still on 93, going into Idaho, and let's see. And this is where the stinkers and the McDonald's are. Okay, but I think that somehow he got a ride from somebody, and there might have been two driving together when he dumped off the vehicle, but I wouldn't want to be somebody. I would just say, hey, I'll meet you in Ely if I was the other guy. I wouldn't say, hey, I'll be at the house too. Hey, thanks, Carly. Yeah. All right, so make sure you hit the like button. Oh, hold on one second.
Keep up all of the great work, Ray.
All right, I had to say something there. Let's see. So I think, I don't know. I mean, I think just all the odds in this one, it's like 90% pointing to the boyfriend, don't you think? Yeah, why would you want to have a gas station called Stinker Gas? Jeez. No, it doesn't make any sense. You think another woman could have pulled all this off? A 285-pound guy just goes missing? Probably what happened inside the house was, there was just some domestic thing that happened, and he killed her. This is probably, I'm not saying this is what happened. This is my theory. And I don't know what it was for, but now he's on the run, and he's not really sure what the hell he's doing. That's why he's completely, he thought he was doing all this great planning and everything, but it's just not working out. And I think they're just tracking him down. Whatever, it's going to be tough now, though. Although they do have whatever vehicle it was that was at McDonald's, because we know the vehicle that was at McDonald's and Stinker wasn't his, right? Or do we know that for sure? Because she was reported missing on the 5th. Her car was seen there on the 8th. When was it exactly? Does anybody remember specifically when the... Let me see. I just need to get the McDonald's. What day the McDonald's? Ah, crap. Huh. I can't open that that first link anymore, which is interesting. Are we still connected? Hope so. Yeah, this is stupid. You can't do a search on here. Okay. Per group chat, they saw that she was still in Idaho on October 4th. So I guess it's possible that he had that vehicle that whole time, and then he drove it back down south and then dumped it where it was. But either way, you're still going to need somebody else to be driving you. So I'd like to know if he was driving her vehicle in McDonald's and the gas station when he was up in Idaho. Okay, because the date here is the 4th where he was in Idaho. And so they found her vehicle on the 8th. It'd be interesting to know if there's any witnesses that saw the car there before what date somebody first noticed the car where it was found. What do you think? So it could have been that he still had her vehicle on the 4th, given the timing. She was reported missing on the 5th. Her car was found on the 8th. But then what was he doing with the car all the way up in Idaho? It seems more likely, although it's harder, to have all of a sudden got another car and then be way up there. It is crazy. All right. Well, there you go. I think they just have to go catch, or they have to find him, and then they'll get their answers of what happened. Whether it leads them somewhere else, or they've got the guy as soon as they find this guy. All right. Well, there you go. That is the first story. Pretty crazy, though. I think we, at this point have a pretty good idea. The recap would be that we'll see if I can do it out of my head. This is why we do the recap, so we all have it memorized. On the, let's see. I'm going to see if I can do it out of my head. So on October 1st and 2nd, the mother got some text messages from her child, Tiffany, and Judy's the mother. And then Tiffany, in those text messages, said she was just going to go to a town. Let's see, where the hell is that town? I've already forgot the name of that little town down here, but it seemed like it was just right off the edge of town here. Oh, Boulder City, right there. Okay. She said that she was going to go to Boulder City. They left enough food for the cat. They'd be home that afternoon. So that would make sure that somebody wouldn't come over to the house and that kind of thing. And, the mother communicated with her, but then the mother went over to the condo that Tiffany and her boyfriend Eduardo were staying at, and Judy owned the condo, and she checked her online camera for the 1st of October and saw that Tiffany and Eduardo, or that her vehicle, that Tiffany's vehicle wasn't there the whole day. So then she went back to check the 29th and 30th and found that those clips were deleted. And so then, the mother waited a few days, and then on the 5th reported her missing. Then her vehicle was found on the 8th in Ely. And then the police, when they were investigating, or I guess what in the house, Tiffany's, all of her toiletries, things that she would take with her if she was actually going to be leaving, extra clothing was all still in the house. And that may have been what was said as a day trip, just so that if anybody did go to the house, they wouldn't think anything of it, that stuff was missing. And also to let them know that they'll be coming back, so no reason to stop by. And then it sounds like today, then after that, the body was found on the 8th. I mean, not the body, the car was found on the 8th up in Ely, but then on the 4th up in Idaho, Tiffany's credit card was used, and there was a purchase at a gas station. They're not releasing surveillance footage of that or letting us know what town that happened in. I have a feeling, though, it's maybe this one right here. Go to Stinker's gas station, but there's no McDonald's right there. That one's the closest to where you'd be coming in. So, gosh, maybe it's up here then. McDonald's. Well, actually, I don't remember now because I turned the McDonald's off. Let me do it. McDonald's in Idaho. Yeah, so there's none right there. And so it could easily be right up in here. Look, we got McDonald's, Stinkers, and right there, that's a perfect one. Or there's a McDonald's right there and then a Stinkers. So you take Stinkers and then head out. Okay, this one here is a really good one too. So it could be up in northern Idaho or almost in Oregon at this point. And you're heading to 84, and you're heading to Portland. Oh, is this the idiot Godsey? What a clown that person is. That guy is one of the most disgusting people on social media. An embarrassment. Let's see. Just trolls the hell out of everybody over and over again. How about you stay over in your area, Derek, and I'll just do my own show, okay? Because I'm really so uninterested in anything that you ever have to say. It's amazing. Okay, so that was on the 4th. They saw that she'd used her credit card to buy McDonald's and gas. Then on the 8th, her vehicle was found in Ely. And then a body, it sounds like it was her body, was found today way down here closer to Las Vegas in, what's the name of that town? Indian Springs. So it seems like it's more possible that her body was dumped or placed there. You know, the word dumped, I always hate that word, but it's just kind of, it is what it is. That's what they say. So her body was put there. And then I think that's sort of like a head fake, you know. And then you go back this way, and then you start going north. Car put here, so people are looking around here because they even did a big search in that area. But up here is where the body was found. Yeah, he does, Tracy. That guy is such a bad influence on social media. Puts the sickest stuff up there. It's not even accurate at all. In the Delphi case, you know, he posted this stuff about, hey, this is what I heard, and just really disturbing, sick shit. And, you know, here's the thing is, early on in the Delphi case, I had not that information because it's not true what he had. But, you know, I had these text messages from somebody that may have been at the crime scene. You know, it was a relative of Anna. And I just never put him out there this whole time. I had those in the first week. And I'm not putting them out because it doesn't do anything. It's interesting, like, oh, you know, some of it. But at the same time, it's completely not useful at all and figure out who the killer is. Okay. You guys ready to switch over to the next case now? So that was the breakdown. I think it really looks like a good possibility that the boyfriend has something to do with this. I'm not saying it is, but very, very likely everything kind of points to that. You'd have to come up with a really crazy other scenario to make it less likely. Which I know a lot of you guys like to do sometimes. That's right, Richard Watts. That's right, buddy. And, as I was saying earlier, for those of you who are just showing up here that don't watch this channel that much, is when you do donate to this channel, a large portion of it goes to charities. And we've donated $15,500 so far this year. And if you go back to... I just like to say this because I think it really gives everybody a a cool feeling that we're donating so much, and you're also helping support my channel. Okay, it's way more money than any of us would ever donate just kind of randomly, unless you're one of the rich people out there. Okay, so far this year we've donated $1,000 to the first responders. Texas EquiSearch, $5,000. They're all over the place. Innocence Project, $900. Kyron Horman Foundation, $2,700. The Wounded Blue Fund, I think we did just $500 to them. That was just recently. And then RAIN, $1,000. They're for violence against women. First responders is for, firemen, police, for their, if they get, I think it's when they get killed, it goes to their children, something like that. And then we, the Wounded Blue Fund, when those 2 officers got shot in California. DNA Dope Project, 2,300. Therefore, they identify Jane and John Does using DNA and ancestry. All right, that's right. Yeah, EMS, those kind of people. So there you go, everybody. Cool. So whenever you're supporting this channel, whether you're a channel member or you're sending in super chats or a super sticker, or when those 3 things, and my ad revenue, which is piss poor. I don't have any ad revenue because none of my videos are. My ad revenue each month is like $300. Okay, it's horrible because all my videos are demonetized. Basically, they're not suitable. So whenever you do that, a large portion goes to charity. Okay. Yeah, Sarah Beth does a mask. On this streaming software here, OBS, though, I don't have it set up like that. Oh, really? Cool. I bet there aren't any today. Unless that was one of the few miraculous ones that goes through the... Well, here's the thing. A lot of times the first night, they haven't quite gone through their algorithms yet. But then it's completely no ads at all forever after that. Unless, of course, you play somebody else's music. Then they'll go out and they'll monetize it for that person. Just not for me. Yeah, well, they say little to no ads. So if you get ads, it's really rare. It's not like you watch a 4-hour show and you're going to get an ad every 10 minutes. I'll probably still do donations. That doesn't matter to me. Whether I'm doing donations wearing a... some idiot today said, how do we really know he's donating? And just for clowns like that, I literally, on the screen, sometimes I have to go off the screen so you don't see my bank account information, but I show you the receipt that comes in through my email. I show it on the screen. I do it all. And I'll even, I don't know, I can show you all the emails. I just feel like it's so lame that people have to do so much to appease the idiots. Thank you. I didn't see who that was, but no, Zozo. Thank you. Well, yeah, I show it on the screen. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's see. Okay, this other one is out of the UK, this one we're coming up doing next. I haven't checked it out, just a couple things about it, but yeah, I mean, I think I do way more out of my way to prove than other people, just because it's like, I know that there's trolls out there. It's just ridiculous. Thanks, Lee D. And Zozo up there. Yeah. Well, thank God for... See, that's the thing. Sometimes those bigger... When somebody like, Meredith McKinsey did the $100, it sort of makes up for, you know, when you're on a slower night. But I really appreciate it, everybody that's doing that, and everybody who's just here. And make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, don't forget. I gotta get my auctioneer sound coming here. Where is it? There it is. Hey, all right, JKs. Rolling on dubs. Where's the, there it is.
I'm tired of it now.
Hit the like button, 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 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 65, 75, 20, 20, 20, hit the like button, hit the like button, like button, like button, like button, like button. Whoa! Woo! See? You got me off guard again. Oh, man. Boom!
HUZZE and the freaks rolling on dubs.
HUZZEE. It's weird how it says that each time. Thank you, Lane S. And thanks, J. Case, the legendary ER doctor. And thank you for your service. And all the nurses out there, and you know, doctors, policemen, firemen, everybody. Thank you. You guys are the best. And you know, right now, especially like police, you know, because they're going through so much, so much hell from total idiots out there. Okay. The police are, you know, not every cop is the greatest in the world, okay, but the ones that there's so many great ones, and they put their lives on the line. If anything was happening to you, they'd be the first person you'd call, okay? So all the bitching and moaning and all that stuff, just realize that you need them too at some point. All right. Excellent. Right. Yeah, Biden said, well, we're not going to defund them. We're just going to move the money around. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, what does that mean then? That means you are defunding. Okay? Well, no, now what are you going to do this? I think the police should get more money. Maybe, and also maybe, wow, how come she's been punched in the head? What happened? Why was your wife punched in the head? Yeah, reimagine it. Yeah, isn't that stupid? Yeah. Yeah, isn't that great? I think she's an idiot, literally. Politically, anyways. I don't know, you know, she can't be a total idiot to be a prosecutor at one point, but just cuckoo. Nah, I've never seen any Trump supporters backing defunding the police. Never seen one. You might, if you found one, you found one, but it's definitely a left issue, and you know that, Rebecca. Don't try to pretend it's not a left. Thanks, Vicky. Yeah, it's definitely something the left put out there. It started with BLM, building and land management, and then it just continued on. It's definitely the funding is from the left side. Let's not pretend that that's not true. Okay. Thanks, Vicky.
law enforcement.
Oh, awesome. Excellent. Fiber Sleuth. Very cool. LE, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, well, 99% of police officers are good, so it's not rare that there's good police officers. The bad ones, though, make it look bad for all of them. But anybody with a brain, though, knows that it's not all of them at all, and you need to keep backing the police. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely lost some of my... I mean, I've been a huge NBA fan for basically since I was 12. And I'm just sort of like, you guys are an embarrassment at this point, you know? I mean, not one of them did a damn thing when the 2 cops were shot in California. It's only when. It's disgusting, really. And none of them took games off when 12 people got shot in Chicago one night, or 20. It's just when it meets a certain criteria. You know? The guy, you know, the weird part is the NBA took 3 nights off for a guy that was domestic violence. He wasn't supposed to be at his girlfriend's house. He wouldn't listen to the police commands. He was tased twice, kept on walking, opens up his car door and reaches in and gets shot in the back, and that's when the NBA takes games off. I mean, you guys are morons, okay? That's like the one, you know, that's one of the ones that you shouldn't have done it for. Yeah. Yeah, right, Rebecca. Well, I love sports, but I'll probably still watch the games and everything, but it's just I don't have the same like, I don't know. It really blows. And it doesn't help anything. Because here's the reality, everybody. Boycotting games will not change anybody's minds. Okay? Oh boy, I better care about this issue so I can watch a game. You're complete morons, okay? What changes people's minds are perception. And is there less crime? Is there, you know, what changes are being made that make the perception change? Can somebody give me that answer? Probably not. Yeah, rallies are massive, you know? Oh, really? Wow. A Cheeto with hair? Come on. He's got a nice tan going. A tan that he can take off. Because it was weird when he was in the hospital. I actually didn't mind the look where he looked older. Remember when he was out of the hospital and he didn't have the orange thing? He looked kind of like normal. It was cool. It didn't bother me at all. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing a comparison, and I don't even care that he does that. It's like, what difference does it make? I'll tell you one thing that was really stupid today. What's her name? Amanda Knox. You know who remember Amanda Knox? You know, the moron. She did a tweet today that said something about what the hell was it? It was so stupid. I gotta go find this thing. I actually commented on it. I retweeted it because it was so stupid. It was. Hold on. And then I'll get to the other case. See if I can find that sucker. It was so dumb. Is it? How do you spell her last name? It's a K, right? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay. So here it is right here. Look at this. People keep telling me I look like, you know, what was she saying here? Right, where's the quote? I was reading it. Oh, yeah. People keep telling me I resemble Amy Coney Barrett. Okay, I mean, you know, you look at that, and I said, and then I said, yeah, you look a little bit. Let me go find my tweet. I don't know if anybody really cares, but let's see. Oh yeah, there you go. I said, you do mildly resemble her. However, your comment about qualifications has nothing to do with looks. Now, if you want to compare mental ability, you will be fighting a losing battle. Because here she said, let me go find that again. Right there. People keep telling me I resemble Amy Coney Barrett. I do. In that neither of us are qualified for Supreme Court. Hey, moron. Resembling somebody has nothing to do with your brain. So that just proved how stupid you are. Right there. In that 1 second, you just proved the entire thing, that your looks have nothing to do with anything about that at all. You guys see what I'm saying here? People keep telling me I resemble Amy Coney Barrett. Yeah, I do. In that neither of us are qualified for the Supreme Court. And what do looks have to do with being qualified for anything? Okay, so it just proved that she's a total moron. And this lady right here, Amy Coney Barrett, is one of the smartest people I've ever seen. If you watch those hearings, it left no doubt. She might be one of the smartest people, if not the smartest person on the Supreme Court when she gets on there. Okay, so whether you like her or not, she is freaking brilliant. All right. Oh, really, Debbie? Oh, man. Yeah, isn't that amazing, Jay? Crazy. Absolute idiot. And what she's really doing in that tweet is trying to get everybody to like her again. Hey, can you like me? I'm on your side, you know, the really cool people. You know, the ones with the higher moral superiority. God, it's ridiculous. Yeah, but she was saying her looks somehow made her qualified for something. Had nothing to do with it. Up here goes Blue and Chloe. Yeah, Chloe is just she's a monster. You should see some of the stuff she does to Blue to get that damn toy. It's just bites him in the ass, bites him in his little, you know, private parts. She's crazy. Oh, cool. What do you like about it, Elena? Oh, God, Chloe, Jesus. Yeah, Blue is. Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, probably didn't like it. You got that right. Okay, I am going to switch now to the other case. All right, this is in England or UK, I guess. It's in a town called Milton Keynes. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it, but right here. Yeah, well, what's cool is there's a lot of people in here, Elena, that don't, we're not on the same page politically like Rebecca there, but I like Rebecca like I like everybody else. We're the freak family. So what's different about here is, somebody could have a different opinion. I'll probably go, oh, that's ridiculous, and then we're still friends, because our main mission here is to do the true crime and trying to figure cases out. And it's amazing how accurate we are in general. Even the case recently, Stephanie, I can't remember her last name, but she went missing in Florida. And, just working through it on the show, I and some others, or people that disagreed, obviously, thought it was just going to end up being an accident, or she took her own life after drinking vodka and hiding the fact that she purchased it. And turns out that probably is more likely what happened. That's kind of what we do here. Yeah, everybody can think whatever you want. It's when somebody comes in and says something really ridiculous, like a Cheeto with orange hair. Oh wait, somebody did. Okay. Yeah. Come on, that was pretty funny, Zozo. I can't tell what that face is. Is that a not smiling, or is that a... Oh, the aliens did it. Yeah, Zozo, or Bones. You might want to call her Bones. I've decided that that's kind of how she is. You know how on the show Bones, she'll just say exactly what she thinks right at the second without really filtering it through the, wow, should I say this or not? But Zozo's a smart person, so creatively funny. Even if it's not the best timing in the world, okay? Oh, yeah? Who's almost 6 foot tall? Are you tall, Zozo? How do you know? Yeah, she just does what she's gonna do. Wow, that's pretty tall. Man, you're almost my height. I thought you looked like I thought you were like 5'5" or something. Oh, well, I don't read every second of every chat, So what show did she say that on? I mean, can you go back in time? No, they haven't found Eduardo. They found a body that the family's saying is Tiffany, right? Is that her name? Hold on. My brain is... Yeah, Tiffany. All right, 4'11", like a gymnast. Wow, you guys think I'm going to just happen to remember one tweet, or one, not tweet, but comment? I read like 20%. Right now I'm reading more because I'm sitting here, but I'm still only seeing half, right? Thanks for letting us know, Zozo. That's really cool. What does it have to do with Tisha Stout? What does it have to do with anything? Everything isn't those cases, right? Okay, right now I'm reaching forward and I'm grabbing a Gatorade bottle. I am now going to have a drink. I put the Gatorade bottle down and I'm twisting it so that the G2 is facing me for no particular reason at all. Yeah, we don't need to know all the little basic stuff, do we? Yeah, I just don't really give a shit about Tisha Stout or Chris Watts or any of those cases at all. And I think it's really crazy that people still give a shit. You know? Yeah, Eduardo's pretty common. And Eduardo is the guy's first name, not the last name. All right? See, I would have thought Michelle Nicholas would have been 5'10". See, that's who I would have predicted to be 5'10". But she's only 5'4". Oh, man. But she said she's feisty, so... Patricia, I would think 5'6", right? Patricia's 5'6", Jen H is 5'7". Richard Watts, 2'6". Oompa loompa doopity dee. I was pretty close though, right, Patricia? Off by an inch. Yeah. Here we go. 5'7"? Okay. I figured that. We weren't going to be 2 foot something. Oh, I was just reading it wrong then. I thought it's a... Oh, yeah? Okay. Debbie Argus is a tall one. You guys could start a basketball team with some of you. And look at, whenever you're a little bit shorter, you get the half inches in there. Like Lane S, right? Oh, I'm 5'1.5". Not to be confused with those literally tiny people that are 5'1". Oh, that was so... They're only 5'1", thank you. I'm 5'1.5". Oh, look at that. Miss Snail Gale, she could be the power forward on the team. Looks like Zozo's the starting center at this point. Well, let's see how it reads yours, Pamela. Hello, Freak Fam. Just wanted to hear my voice with another accent. Thanks, Pamela Denise. Let's see.
Hello, Freak Fam. Just wanted to hear my voice with another accent other than Southern. Heart.
Everybody likes the Southern accent, though. Ooh, Jessica Schubach is the backup center, I guess. 5'9". Jeez. You know, the thing is, my mom's 5'9", right? And 5'9" for a woman is about equivalent to about a 6'4" or 5 guy, right? And my dad was 5'10", so I'm 5'11", just like JK says. Maybe it's 5'10.5" now. I think it used to be 5'11" now. Okay, so I got my dad's height genes, but my brother Grant, he got my mom's height genes converted over to him, and he's 6'4". You know, it's like, God, man, if I had his height, I would have been playing college basketball. Because I was pretty good, but I was just like, I had all these, you know, well, I can't even explain it to you. He explained it to you guys when he was on the show that one time. I never even tried, really. I just like playing, I just did the pickup games against the college players. Yeah, with 4-inch heels, Elena? Yeah, that's one thing I got to work on too, is my neck and everything. I think that's why I had problems with it. I don't even have a brand new neck. They just cleared up open space They didn't do the surgery where they fused him or anything like that. Yeah, so he got more of your genetics for height, Patricia. Well, the thing is my neck wasn't really ever the issue. You know, you have the foramen is where the nerves come out of your spinal cord through the little openings in your vertebrae to go out to your arms and everything. And they were just making a wider opening, and apparently I don't know, even maybe during the surgery, or they strapped my shoulder down so tight that it stretched the nerve, so now my tricep doesn't really work that great on my left arm. Everything's starting to come back a little bit though. I'm probably right now at about 40% full strength, where when I was done with surgery I was about 20. So it's really slow. It's just the slowness of it all. Like 10% a month maybe, you know. It's just sucks. Yes, everybody hit that subscribe button. I've got brown eyes. They're almost black though. I've dated every single type of look, basically. Red hair, dark hair, blonde, you know, different races, you know. I don't really care what somebody is, you know. I don't even think of it like that, really. Rebecca Green does not trust blonde hair men. Yeah, what difference does it make? Oh yeah, there we go.
Chewbacca?
They'll become
I'll
hazel.
be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Yeah. Man, I can't, that's crazy. I can't picture Zozo being 5'10". That's hilarious. Ugh, I don't know why. I just thought like 5'5", you know. That's like Amazon. Yeah, a lot of times when kids are young, their eyes are blue, and then when they get older, they become more hazel, like a parent. Yeah, Amazonian. How about you, Stacy? How tall are you? I'm gonna guess 5'4". I mean, I think of you as taller, but I'm just guessing now. 5'7". Yeah, shit. I have no idea. I've never seen you. I was thinking, like, when I think of her, I think of like 5'8". Oh, there you go. I was just gonna guess at 5'4". Oh, there you go. Well, I was close on my what I think of you, but I was trying to get creative with a 5'4" guess. All right, 5'7". Yeah. Patricia and Stacy are the same height. You guys can be the small forwards and maybe shooting guard. I think the 4'11". Who was 4'11"? We'll get them in there for the point guard. Well, my first guess was 5'4", but that was just going to be a guess. I've always thought of you as being taller for some reason. Yeah. It's good to have somebody funny, right? I make Chris laugh all the time. I always tell her, you know, you're so lucky. It's always a joke. Oh, yeah? Well, you can be the backup point guard. L. M. Chris she's shorter than all of you get, like 4'8" or something. Tiny. She only weighs like 100 pounds. Yeah, I do make her laugh. Especially this one night. I woke up in the middle of the night and she always drinks this water and she's just over there going, drinking the water like it was the greatest. It was the greatest drink of water. It was weird. It was like 3 in the morning and I don't even think she knew I was awake. I just looked over at her and she grabbed the water and she was drinking the water on her stomach, which is kind of weird because normally you kind of, but she was just drinking it and I was just watching her, just thinking it was the greatest water in the world. So now I just imitate her. I go in there and I go, I don't know. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things you had to be there, but you know how it is. Well, the funny part was that she didn't know I was watching her drink it, and I said to her at the time, I go, that must have been the greatest water you've ever drank. I mean, you... And then even then she was laughing. Okay. So now I just do it as a joke. Well, I'll tell you what was weird is my brother Grant, the one that you guys met on the show that one time, he was 5'6" when he was I think he was 16 years old. And then he went to Norway for 1 year. And he ate like a freaking whack job. I mean, maybe he was over there just, when he came home, he didn't know how to eat anymore. He would just sit there and like eat a pancake by chopping it up into 4 bits and just stuffing it into his face. He ate a ton of meat and everything. And when he came back, he was 6'2". I mean, it's like, before he left, he was like this little runt that I could beat up all the time. Then he comes back just towering up in the air. It's crazy. Yeah, it was unbelievable. He must have got there just in time for a growth spurt or something. Yeah. Yep. He didn't speak English once while he was over there. He completely immersed himself and knew Norwegian as well as anybody that lived there, and even when he came back, he could speak Norwegian so perfectly that when we were at a bar one time, they knew even what town he lived in. Like, oh yeah, you sound like, And then when he told them, oh yeah, I was just there for an exchange student for a year, they just basically all shit their pants. They couldn't believe it. All right. Anyways, wow, that was a long divergence there. I'm going to go switch over to. That was an exchange student. All right, here we go. This one's about Leah Croucher. I guess it was like a year ago she went missing. A year and a half, maybe. So this is back in... I have these all listed in order here. So it says, Leah Croucher, 19, was last seen by her family in Quantock Crescent, Emerson Valley, Milton Keynes at about... Let's see, what's that mean? Quantock, Emerson Valley. So those are different times. Quantock Crescent. Where's that? Ah, that didn't work. That cut and paste didn't work for some reason. Mm-hmm. Quantock Crescent, Emerson Valley, Milton Keynes. Here, let me do this differently. Because they had like commas like it was a list. Alright, got that one. And yes, it's quiet now. So you know what I think this is? It's like Milton Keynes in Emerson Valley on the Quantock Crescent Road. That's what I think. That's kind of what's going on here. It's like kind of reverse the way they talk about it. Just guessing. Okay, police have released CCTV of her walking down Buzzacott Lane in Furzton at about, okay, she was last seen by her family at 22, so that'd be 10 o'clock at night. Oh, okay. So 10 o'clock at night. And that was February 14th. Here we go again. Isn't that weird? Just last night I said, it's weird how there's these cases around, you know, February 13th, February 14th. And here's another one. So she's last seen on Buzzacott Lane. See, putting it all together like that helps at the end. Okay, there's Buzzacott Lane. And that was at 8:15 a.m. That must have been on the I wonder if that was the 15th. So it says Croucher was last seen by her family on February 14th, but that looks like she was last seen by her family in Quantock Crescent, Emerson at 2200. That would be 10 o'clock at night on the 14th. Police have released CCTV of her walking down Buzzacott Lane in Furzton about 8:15, and that was Thursday, so this would be the 15th was when this spotting happened. So that would have been February, let's see, 2019, 02:15. And by the way, anytime you use dates on a file, do it exactly how I just said it. I did it. Do the year first, then the month, and then the date. And if you're going to ask why, it's because now you can sort it numerically if you do it that way. If you don't do it that way, it doesn't work at all. You get sorted by the month, and who knows what year you could have. So she was seen there at 8:15 in the morning, walking there, and then she was seen right over here in this general area at 10 o'clock at night on Valentine's Day, and then she's seen walking in the morning at 8:15. And let's see if we can try to figure out where in the hell that shot is by looking at that surveillance footage shot that they gave out. So you look at that and you see this little pole here, and then she's on a street. So let's see if we can just quickly see that. It's got to be starting right here. And that post almost looks like it's at the end of a Well, it's in the UK, yeah, whatever that is. Don't you just love the way, like, look how cool these houses look. And whatever, the condos, whatever they are, they're just amazing. The street view is actually 8 years ago. Pretty clear for 8 years though, man. That's amazing. Yeah, might be hard to find because it's 8 years ago. Things change. It does look like she's walking on bricks. Does that street continue? Oh wait, hold on. See, one of those could be this, but it looks like it's not. There would be a bunch of them. Maybe it's that last one. But then there's no bush there. But again, 8 years ago. Maybe it's that one right there. Is that possible? From an angle? No. I just want to see if it continues that lane. Okay, that's still it over here. So let me go to all the way to the end here. Yeah, a lot of times I can find something here, but sometimes, yeah, just... Oh, I see something right there. Does that look like an ornamental something hanging? But again, 8 years ago, you know, it's hard to... Hopefully somebody lived there for a long time. Yeah. Police have released CCTV of her walking down Buzzacott Lane in Furzton at about 8:15 on Friday, believed to be in the direction of her work. Okay. So her direction of her work would probably be this way. I mean, it could be on either side though. Like, what about... And that there were probably snow on the ground in her picture there. I wonder, I'm trying to think if she's possible she's walking like that. And they just assigned it because it was the closest road. I mean, that section had those little posts that seemed likely. And if they think she was heading out, yeah, it's just hard to say sometimes because if you got 8 years difference, or 9, I guess. A lot of things could be different. Let's see. Yeah, so let's. I'd like to see. Okay, let me just go by one more time and see if that one artifact might be hanging. Start right here. I mean, the odds are pretty low, but you just never know, right? And there's bushes hanging out over it. See, like the camera, and then the whatever the camera is, there's hedges in front. So it could have been that one, but I don't see the post in the ground there. It's weird. These are the only posts that look like that on the street. I think I might know this. I think it might be, well, geez, it's hard to say, but it could be she's walking right here towards this direction. And that post back there, and the reason I'm saying that is because see, right here, it looks like there's a path. I don't know. And this could just be, this isn't street here. Maybe. That could be snow or something on the ground. And this bush right there looks a hell of a lot like this stuff. And then maybe she's just walking along this path and the camera maybe is like up in there or something. And see how there's that post right there? I don't know, it's hard to tell, but I could definitely see, because I think that for sure this post right here is one of these types, but there's more that direction. So it definitely could be filming over that, and hey, let's see. That's my guess. All right. And so that would have been right here maybe. And maybe like on that house right there. Any one of these, actually. I don't know. I'll just put a pin there. Don't know for sure. Yeah, could even be that side too. But I think it definitely, one of these is in the shot there. We just don't know. Could be right off of there too, right? Like over these bushes, but then you don't see these trees. But anyways, we'll just say it's somewhere right around in that area. It's one of those ones where we might have street view, and it's also 9 years or 7 years ago. So that lane goes from here out to here, I think. I don't see the name on that one. Okay. Buzzacott Lane. Do they not have the same street signs the way we do over here? All right, well, back to this. This is the surveillance shot here. CH Inspector Neil Kentish said lack of family contact was highly unusual. He added that police were keeping an open mind about what may have happened to Miss Croucher. They searched a pond near there. Not sure where that pond is. Maybe this one right here. Oh, that is it. They were searching Furzton Lake. So it's a lake, not a pond. That's Furzton Lake right there. Her family said in a statement, "Lee, if you're reading this, then please come home. You're not in any trouble, and everyone is worried about you. We just want to know that you're safe as well. We all miss and love you so much. We would like to thank family and friends and neighbors for their support." Okay, so that was one of the earlier articles. And then this is in March 2019. Leah Croucher close appeal in missing teens case. Leah Croucher, 19, was last seen by her parents on February 14th at their home in Emerson Valley, Milton Keynes. CCTV showed her walking down Buzzacott Lane in Furzton in the direction of her work at 8:15 in the morning on the 15th. So I don't really know why it matters that she was spotted now on the 14th by her parents, because that's almost irrelevant at this point. She was seen at 8:15 in the morning on February 15th walking on Buzzacott Lane. Thames Valley Police said the Stewart by Taekwondo hoodie she was wearing was particularly distinctive and is one of only a very small number in existence. So she had that hoodie on right there. I think they're just giving us samples, you know, like they did in Australia where they dress up dolls. In this case, they're just showing us the clothing. Okay, she was last seen dressed in a black coat, skinny black jeans, black Converse, high-top shoes, and carrying small black rucksack. Police said her usual route to work would be via Buzzacott Lane and then into Faraday Drive. Okay, let's see if we can get an extra. Let's see. Faraday Drive. Wow. So is this a bigger Faraday? So from way over there, how would you get on the Faraday Drive? That's called Dulverton Drive. Is there another section where Buzzacott Lane? I mean, a lane is usually just one place, right? You don't. It's not like it continues. Yeah, I always hate when stories don't make sense. Police said her usual route to work would have been via Buzzacott Lane and then on to Faraday Drive, but extensive CCTV work has shown that she did not arrive in Faraday Drive on the morning she went missing. The force has more than 50 officers and staff involved in the search. It said it had received in excess of 100 reports from the public. Police have previously released this CCTV image of Leah Croucher. At a press conference in February, Leah's parents, Claire and John Croucher, said their daughter had been due to go with them on a family holiday. All these links are in the description. A missing teenager, and this article is from April. So, a missing teenager, April 2019, may have been seen angry, upset, and crying by a lake on the day she disappeared. 19-year-old Leah Croucher disappeared 2 months ago in Milton Keynes on her walk to work. She was last seen on Buzzacott Lane in Furzton just after 8:15 on Friday, February 15th. Here, let me try one last ditch effort here on something. Yeah, that's it. There isn't another, that is the spot right there, so. All right, on Monday, Thames Valley Police revealed that 3 new witnesses have reported sightings of a woman of a similar description between 9:30 and 11:15 on that same day. So not long after she was on Buzzacott Lane. The witnesses were walking by Furzton Lake, close to where Miss Croucher was last seen. 2 of the witnesses were walking together and described a young woman who was visibly angry, upset, and crying. They said she was white, aged approximately 20, around 5'4", with dark brown shoulder-length hair. The witnesses saw her again 20 minutes later when they say she appeared to be in a calmer state. She may have been seen speaking to someone on a mobile phone, they said. A third witness described a woman walking around the lake while typing on her phone. Police have not been able to confirm the sightings were Miss Croucher and have urged anyone with information to come forward. Could those sightings be a red herring? Who knows? The search for a missing teenager has involved specialists, police search teams, the mounted section, police dogs, the Marine unit, and the National Police Air Service. Now this has more in the image. See, that's somebody's, I'm not sure what that is right there. You can see through it though, it looks like. It definitely looks like a hedge. Man, if that camera was just slightly lower, we could make out everything over there. Police have visited more than 4,000 homes and interviewed 100 potential witnesses. A huge team is also sifting through CCTV footage. I would love to have that job. looking through CCTV footage. How cool would that be? Chief Inspector Neil Kentish, Deputy Local Policing Area Commander for Milton Keynes, said, "We are very eager to establish the identity of the person. Even if the person was not Leah, we would still like to speak to them so they can eliminate that sighting." "I still believe that someone somewhere has a vital piece of information which will help us find Leah. If you have, and for whatever reason you haven't already come forward, I would urge you to think of Leah's family and contact the police." Okay, so I'm going to go take a little quick break here, but you guys can listen to your favorite song in the world that's ever been after I turn it up. Yeah, like an awning.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. How's it going? See, that's one of those things. See, that's Zozo right there. Watch. She was thinking in her head, God, what if I was outside burying bodies? Oh, yeah, I was burying bodies to this music. You see? It's weird. It's very interesting. I gotta have to... I'll have to analyze that a little bit further. Yeah, because the music is Adam's family-ish. Or the Munsters. Whichever one. Okay. What else we got in here? So that one, I think we're done with that. Okay, and then this article is from July of 2019. Leah Croucher, 19, went missing while walking to work in Milton Keynes on the 15th of February. See, now they don't mention that she was last seen the night before because it's utterly irrelevant. The weird thing is when I look at that picture, and her hair doesn't totally look like the same person to me. But it probably is. They have a better, clearer shot of it. Next time? I don't get it. I don't even get that whole comment, Carly, but I'll figure it out one of these days. It sounds like girl code to me. An absolutely, utterly meaningless comment that is understood by every female in the room, but the guys are left bewildered and confused. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Her sister, Jade Croucher, said she was clinging on to hope that she would be found, ending the family's nightmare. Despite an extensive police operation, Miss Croucher has not been seen since. Thames Valley Police said it was committed to finding her. Her sister, Jade, 26, said, "How can someone just vanish without a trace? Even the police have said it's really unusual." Yep. Look at Zozo didn't even understand her either, but she likes to pretend that she understood that to be cool. There's no way in hell anybody understood that sentence. Next time, Gray Hugh Zozo. Like, how does that mean anything? It doesn't mean anything at all. All right? Well, actually, I take it back. You have to know what she was saying because it's girl code. I didn't say she was out buying bodies. She said burying bodies. And you said next time. Oh, you're saying next time I'm going to have my body's going to be buried? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, hey, Sarita, we're getting to that here in a second. So I did see in some of the later articles. So I think this whole thing turns around quickly. Man, you're mean, Carly. Carly wants my body to be buried by Zozo. That's really cool. That's... Oh, so even the girl code wasn't remembered. Or understood is what I meant. Okay, here we go. Despite an extensive police operation, Miss Croucher has not been seen since. Thames Valley Police said it was committed to finding her. Her sister, Jade, 26, said, "How can someone just vanish without a trace? Even the police have said it's really unusual. She has been gone for 20 weeks with no news at all. That is extreme." Hey, look at that. Cairo popped in up there. Did you see that? A cameo, almost. No, it was funny. No, everyone thought it was funny, Carly. I just didn't know what the hell it said. I still don't. Only the women understood what it said. And that's why that we have literally have an icon just for you, because you're able to decipher literally unintelligible comments made, and there isn't a guy in the world that would get it, but every girl gets it. You see, that's what's so amazing about it. Yep, that's right. Girl code. I was just trying to decipher it. It looked like it was going to be funny, and I never got it. So, hello, girl codes. Yep, there you go. All right, so now we're down to, she's been gone for 20 weeks with no news at all. That is extreme. So that's 5 months later. Miss Croucher was last seen by her parents. See that part? I think this is all going back in time now. Now let's read these anyways. Earlier in the evening, she told them she was meeting friends, but police said that was not the case and have appealed for information on where she was between 6 o'clock and 7:15. CCTV, well, what does that matter, though? Because she was seen at 10. CCTV showed her walking down Buzzacott Lane in Furzton, believed to be in the direction of her work, so she was going to head to work. 3 people reported possibly sighting near Furzton Lake between 9:30 and 11:15. She got up like normal, as she would on any other morning, and followed the same route to work, and for some reason she didn't make it there. Jade climbed Jade climbed Snowdon on Saturday, raising more than $3,000 for charity. I just want to trigger someone's memory. All I can do as her sister is make sure people still know she's missing. We are thinking about her every second of every day. We are living through something you would never expect, and the pain and worry is immeasurable. Okay. Moving forward. This is October 2019, so 8 months later. MUNTS, by the way. Months. Okay? And if any of you really think about it, do you pronounce that TH clearly? Let's be honest. Leah Croucher, 20, went missing in Milton Keynes on February 15th. No items connecting Leah with the location have been found at this time. They recalled seeing the hoodie at the Blue Lagoon in late February to early March and reported the sighting in late September. The force began the nature reserve as a member of the public reported seeing a gray hoodie, which police believed may be linked to Leah. They recalled seeing the hoodie at the Blue Lagoon in late February to early March and reported the sightings in late September. Who the hell would remember seeing a hoodie in a park 7 months prior? Detective Superintendent Andy Howard said he was aware of criticism that the sighting had only been reported recently. But there were genuine reasons why this happened, and the witness was acting in absolute good faith. I'm grateful to this person for coming forward and would again urge, let's see where the Blue Lagoon is. Is that actually some kind of a name here? Yeah, well, there you go. So they saw a hoodie near here. But I mean, a hoodie, right? I mean, you know, it's not like it. There could be other hoodies on the ground somewhere. Let's see, on February 14th, she told her family she was meeting a friend, but police said that meeting did not happen, so she never made it to the friends. Okay, and then we've got a different magazine, The Sun, October 30th. Missing Leah Croucher, listen to this, was having an affair with an engaged man before her disappearance, her family said today. So now that makes a huge, everything's different now in this story. It might explain that maybe why she might have been upset somewhere as well. Leah, 20, was last seen by her parents on Valentine's Day in Milton Keynes before she vanished the following morning. Leah Croucher, who went missing in February this year, was having an affair with an engaged man, her mom said. Now her mom, it's hard for me to say mom. Okay, I'm just being honest. Now her mom, Claire Croucher, has broken her silence to talk about the relationship with the man, who cannot be named for legal reasons. Yeah, everyone knows what it means. Yeah. Claire said it started in the summer of last year. She was talking about this man all the time. It was X this and X that. It was obvious she had a soft spot for him. She'd go and see him in the evenings, paying £13 each way for a taxi. And that's something up here, this next title says, like an arranged marriage. It just wasn't like Leah to do things like that. She'd always been such a home-loving person, and didn't like going out much. Then we found out he was engaged, and it sounded like it was an arranged marriage. I remember saying to Leah, "Don't you go falling for him. He will never be yours." I was under the impression that she'd stop seeing him then. Police have spoken to the man and say that they have no suspicions about him because it is thought he has an alibi for the time that Leah vanished. But you don't really know for sure when she vanished, though, right? I mean, you just don't. Missing Leah Croucher's last movements. Leah was last seen walking to work on February 15th. Yeah, and then a search of the nearby Furzton Lake. CCTV showed her walking down Buzzacott Lane. She was last seen by her parents at her home. So 1, 2, 3. And then Blue Lagoon, I guess people saw her, a hoodie over there. I mean, it's just, that's about as weak of a clue that you could ever imagine. Oh, I saw a hoodie 7 months ago. You know, it just... Her parents say Leah lied to them after claiming she was booking a hotel room at Jury's Inn, Central Milton Keynes, on February 3rd for a night out with 2 female pals. But she booked a room at a nearby Travelodge instead, her bank statement shows. And you know that the guy that's unnamed was probably meeting her there. Her friends later confirmed that they hadn't been with Leah that night. On Valentine's Day, the night before Leah vanished, she left home between 6 and 7:15, telling her mom she was seeing a friend. Well, that was probably that guy again. But checks showed she never saw that friend, and police have never established where she went or who she was with. But what's weird is, why does that matter, though? I mean, I guess, like, where was she? Where did she spend the night? where she at 8:15 in the morning was walking from. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I really don't really give a damn who she was talking to. I mean, unless that's the same person. But it's 6 p.m. to 7:15 on the 14th, and then she sees her parents later, and then she's seen the next morning at 8:15 walking on a street. So I'm just trying to figure out why that matters so much. You'd think there would be evidence on her phone records of a secret relationship, but there's nothing. But then we know she always used Snapchat, and chats are wiped out on that. Or, of course, the man could have supplied her with another phone, a burner-type secret phone. Claire admits she fears Leah may now be dead. She said, "I try not to think of the second one, but as time goes on, it's there. I get bad days where it won't go away, and I cry and cry. I desperately want her to be alive, but we are going through absolute hell." Yeah. How do you get out of here? No. Ah, jeez. Ridiculous. Let's see. Yeah, that makes you wonder, though. What if she was pregnant or something like that? Hadn't really told anybody yet, or she was so into the guy and she wouldn't leave him alone. And if it was an arranged marriage, you sort of wonder, India or somebody in that article just made a derogatory mark that mentioned that maybe he was Pakistani or something. I don't really know. Pakistan and India both speak English for the most part, because the British once ruled those areas. Yeah, I think this is... Wait, what's this one? I think this one has her dad in it or something. Police news conference last month regarding the anniversary appeal. Miss Croucher's father, John Croucher, said he believed a man was hiding key information about his daughter's disappearance. The Taekwondo instructor said the selfish person needed to come forward as the situation was destroying the family. Miss Croucher's brother, Hayden Croucher, the day after the 9-month anniversary of his sister's going missing. The 24-year-old was said to have found the disappearance of his sister very difficult. It's weird, some of these stories, right? They're just so crazy. Somebody just basically disappears off the face of the earth, and you think they seem like there'd be an answer. Yeah, I think that's the same article basically. What's this one? Okay. Missing Leah Croucher dad in threat to name man hiding information. I mean, it's a good way to try to get him to say something, but at the same time, why would he say something? You know, he's just not going to do it. So, anyways, that's about it on that one. So now it seems like, okay, you got to throw the mystery man into the mix. And if she had a cell phone, she could have got a hold of that guy. And then maybe he said, okay, I'll come. And then he did something to her. And they just haven't been able to prove it. Because that seems like the most likely. Or she was just really distraught and she killed herself somewhere not known right now in this, in the maps and information that they have. Blue's trying to curl himself up in a blanket. Yeah, I don't do the web sleuth sometimes. Just has a bunch of, right here is probably about all you really get to know. See, what they do on a lot of these places is they create all these threads with the what if things, that people talk about. And every once in a while there's that one person that knows what the hell they're doing. It's just hard to find those people. I struggle on that site. It's hard to use. Of course, everybody, the spotlight should be on Mr. X. The police seem to think he didn't have anything to do with it because he wasn't seen during the time they think she disappeared. Well, you don't really know at all when she disappeared. You really don't. Because according to them, they don't even have her on any more CCTV footage. I don't think they had a footage of her opening a door. She was just walking down a street at 8:15. So, anyways, that's all I got for you guys on that one. So, I hope you guys found those two interesting. Last night I called, or this morning I called on the two of the cases that I talked about yesterday. I called the detective on the Belinda, I think it was Belinda Snowden. Wait, hold on, let me make sure. Rosemary Haney and Belinda Snowden. I called two different people, left them messages, so hopefully they get back to me. I want to, because I'd like to hook them up. Both those cases last night seem like there's really good chance that there's DNA. One of them was a nude body found. The other one was a partially clad. So that means there was probably a sexual assault in both of them. And they were found very quickly. And if they did a rape kit, then maybe we can get a hold of Colleen Fitzpatrick and her identifinders and see if we can donate 1 month the money to maybe the police to use to pay for that, something like that. Wouldn't that be awesome? To actually get a case solved by Colleen Fitzpatrick, identifinders on one that we... So anyways, I got a couple messages out there, see what happens. That's it. Hey, there's the Munts t-shirt right there for anybody who wants to go get that one. And there's mugs. Yeah, it would be sweet, wouldn't it? It'd be weird if it costs I guess if it was more, we could just be, paying for it over time too, but. So, anyways, I think that's going to be it for me, you guys. I don't have any more to do tonight. Had a few tangents. But why don't you guys can hang out and chat away for a while. Just hang out. Talk. All right. So I'll play the music for one loop through or two loops through. And you guys can just be chatting away. And then I'll actually stop this stream, but I'll leave the YouTube half open. And that way you can still chat for, half hour or so. I think it's kind of fun for people. But thank you to hey, thanks Sarah M. Hey, I did a case from your area, didn't I? If you have any inside information, you can send me an email. Yeah, so thanks to Zozo on there, Lee D, Zozo again, Kubi, Michelle Nicholas, Meredith McKenzie for the double cat eye donation. Is it live, DJ? Julie W, Zozo again, Linda Howell, Zozo again, Chrissy, Lee D, and that's the same Zozo that wants to chop me up and bury me in the ground. Can you believe it? Whew. Wow. That just shows you how generous she is. So even though she wants to bury me in the ground, cubes, she's going to cut me up into cubes. So that means that crossed her mind right there. Do you guys get that part, though? That crossed her mind. Oh, Jesus. Cindy Leon, Lee D up there, Mary Clark, Carly Therese, Zozo again, Lee D. See, she's buttering me up. She's buttering me up. Oh, yeah, hey, Zozo. Turn my head and poof. I'm cubed. Yeah. And then Lee D again. And then Jay Case with a cat eye donation. Lane S, Vicky Ballard, Rebecca Green, Pamela Denise, Sarah M. Thank you, guys. All right. Well, that is going to do it for me tonight. Make sure that you continue to wear your masks, maintain your social distancing. What else is there? Oh, yeah. Wash your hands. We'll get through this pandemic. They were saying that a vaccine is going to be out probably before the end of the year, but it'll be given to medical personnel and people that are in the vulnerable class, like in nursing homes first. I mean, that's just a great way to do it like that. Yes. You guys it is pretty amazing. Thank you guys very much for all of your support. Okay. It's good stuff. All right, so I'm going to play that music for a while, for a couple songs, and you guys can just chat away. Then I'll turn this one off, but you'll still be able to chat. Okay? I don't want the last 40 minutes of the video to be completely blank. Hey, thank you, Stacy Galloway. And don't forget, everybody, Stacy Galloway wrote the book Death of Nine, the Dyatlov Pass Mystery. You can find it on Amazon, and the link is in the description of the video. And I wouldn't say that if I didn't think it was a really interesting and easy as hell book to read. I mean, mainly for people like me, there was a shitload of, a ton of pictures, okay? A lot of pictures in it, but it explained everything perfectly well. You actually end up feeling like you're there, and you end up getting a little cold feeling almost, because it's just freaking looks like it's probably absolute. I don't even know how they go on those hikes. It's crazy. Yeah, and we have a series that we did. I think it's 4 episodes or so. Maybe it could have even been 5. I don't remember, but it was a cool, really amazing, fun series to do. So check out her book in the description. Yes, issues with some links. Don't know what that means, but yes, I've got there is links in the description of the video. So, and they're on all the videos that I've been doing. So if you go into the video, you just have to scroll down a little bit right underneath the sources part, and then it says where the links are. What do you mean it doesn't work? Oh, there's link issues now? Oh. Did it get changed? Let me see. Okay, hold on. Oh. Oh yeah, they're sort of like broken up a little bit or something. All right, let me go get that one. I'll go do it right now. I wonder why they look like that. That's weird. Why would YouTube cut off the end? I don't think they're... Today was different though. I had to copy and paste them, so that might have been what the problem was. I think if you go back to any other video, it'll be in there. There it is. Awesome. Let me cut it. I'm gonna... Oh, it sucks too because I also had the playlist in there as well. Okay, it's in there right now. Here's the link right here. So what happened is the first attempt at starting the show, it broke down. And so I copied all of it before my next attempt. But when you paste it in there, it sort of got rid of the link part. Let me make sure that's not like that in some of these older ones. But anyways, I just updated it just now. Now I want to go check the other one. Okay, I'm going to check it yesterday's. He's really rich. Oh yeah, those are messed up too. What the hell? Yeah. Put that one in there. That's interesting. I wonder why it does that. They all have like these dots on them. Well, anyways, I just fixed last night's show and this tonight's show. I can't go back to all of them, but shoot. Anyways, they should be fixed now. Yeah, so anyways, the link is fixed now. I'm not sure why. All it had was like partial numbers and then a few dots. Really weird. Not sure how that would have happened. But the link that's in up above right there goes right to it. Here it is again. Okay. All right, everybody. What do you mean, nope? What are you talking about, Darlene? Are you all right? That just means you're having problems on your end, Darlene. Everybody, it works for everybody else. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just clicked on it, went right to the book. Want me to prove it to you, Darlene? Watch this. All right, see on the screen right now? Here's the chat right here. This is everybody chatting. See that? I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to click on this link right here. Watch. Oh my goodness, it went right to it. So it's on your end, Darlene. Sorry about that. All right. So I would recommend getting that book. It's not even that expensive, to be honest with you, at all. So, and it's really... it's crazy. And then you can come up with your own theories, and then I would watch the series. All right, everybody, that is it. And maybe I'll just put up the middle monitor for you guys. Oh man, that was crazy. I almost stopped streaming. Did I stop streaming, or am I streaming? Can you guys still hear me? I meant to hit something totally different, but okay, good. That was wild. I hit the stop streaming, but I held it in, and then I clicked it again, and it didn't do it. Whew. Wow, that was a miracle. All right, there you go, everybody. So feel free to chat away as I put on the favorite song of all time.
Hey, wait a minute, that's ridiculous. What happened to the rap part? Oh yeah, hey, yeah, great. What happened to the rap part?
Oh yeah, shit. Hold on. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time,
Jeez, you
I
almost
have
left
not
that
seen
part
one
out, you
person
idiot.
That is a... Are you calling me an idiot?
Crime dissector, flag rejector.
That's not very nice, though.
Certified human lie detector. Gonna get you.
I'm not Sozo. Why do you keep calling me that?
Like an old projector.
Well, you say about the same stuff she does.
Here's my nectar.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector.
And I'm always gonna be a
pup protector.
fool deflector, interceptor. I mean a little specter with a vector.
On his pector, with all respect, ya. Just remember I've a temple fucking check ya. I have no agenda. I'm no pretender. And I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end,
Why did she make
I'm gonna
that
send
face?
ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you.
Alright, John Boy, that was the greatest show in the history of mankind.
Isn't that being a little overboard there, Mary Lou?
No, I really did. I thought it was a well, maybe I didn't think it was that great. But it was interesting for sure. Okay, good night, John Boy.
Man, you're strange. You are one strange person.
Gosh, you're so mean. I try to be myself, and you don't let me be myself.
Whoa, calm down. Good night, Mary Lou.
Good night, John Boy. Gee whiz, John. Gee golly willikers.
What a bunch of wackos.